Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I'm going to talk about the third week of December, which is December 15th through the 22nd. And in this week we have so much going on, so you're going to want to listen up because this is the week and this is the day that I'm going to start with, which is December 15th. Mercury moves direct at 12 degrees of Scorpio. So this is a great thing to get this planet moving in a different direction. So all of the backlash and the hiccups will start to dissipate. But before I go forward, I'm going to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org and you will get my predictions delivered to your email every week free. Aside from that, while you're at my website, be aware that you're going to want to sign up for my Patreon page and become part of our community. Learn more about the spiritual world as well as learn all about astrology and other things world related. Okay, so last but not least, when I talk about all of these planets as they're moving through the sky, particularly I'm looking at them based on where the moon is and how the planets are placed from the moon. That gives the collective consciousness of what is going on globally in the world. One more thing, I'm basing this all on Central Standard Time. So depending on what time zone you're in, where I'm talking, it will be hours different. So be aware of that. But if you want all of these predictions about you and your personal chart, then you're going to want to sign up for my Galactic Planner. Go to galacticplanner.com, and here is where you're going to get all of these predictions based on your natal chart personally, and all of these predictions are delivered to your calendar on your phone or on your computer, so you will be prepared for every day astrologically. So let's get going. What are we looking at on the 15th of December? Well, one thing that we have, which happened, a lot's happening today, and that is it's happening very early in the morning, I must say. So the moon is going to be full actually about 3 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time. So the full moon is really in effect on the 14th and the 15th of December. So, but what's so interesting about this full moon, and for the next 6 months, you're going to hear me talk about this quite often, is that it is at 29 degrees. So it's when the moon and the sun are exactly opposed to each other, but they're both going to be at 29 degrees. And every full moon for the next 6 months lands at 29 degrees of the sign. This is the last degree of a sign, so therefore it means many endings are coming. And that can be a good thing because with an ending always comes a new beginning. And so this full moon is in Taurus, 29 degrees. Taurus deals with finances and money, so there's a big ending, I think, to the economic crisis, things that have been going on economically in the world, and things are about to shift. So looking at this, for the day of the 15th, basically the moon shifts into Gemini. I'm looking at this. By the time you wake up in the morning, the moon's in Gemini. And it is in the nakshatra all day called Mrigashira. And that means searching, seeking, the hunt. And Mrigashira is all about finding things. So Jupiter is in the 12th house from the moon, and this means people are generally more generous during this time. But Mars is in the 2nd house, so be careful about not being too compulsive or impatient and buying things without thinking. This is like critical. It's difficult when the moon, Mars is in the 2nd house from the moon because You tend to be impulsive and make bad choices financially. Watch that. And be careful what you say. You can blurt out things without thinking, and they can be very rude and crude. So be aware of this. Now, with Venus being in the 8th house from the moon, there can be some undercurrents that are difficult concerning relationships and love. Be aware that you must be honest and truthful and clear when you're expressing your feelings to your loved ones. Rahu is in the 10th house today, so, you know, crazy things are going on in the workplace. And Ketu being in the 4th house from the moon can represent a lot of difficulty and things going on in your household. So be aware that things are not completely clear as to what's going on in your house. So you might find that things break, things going on with the washing machine, the dishwasher, things of that nature. You know, things like that can have issues and problems. Just be on the lookout for that. So now I'm moving to December 16th. We haven't even gotten that far into the month, and so many things are happening. One thing I failed to mention about the 15th, Mercury moves direct. I've been talking about that. The 15th, Mercury moves direct. It's a full moon. And by the time you wake up on December 16th, the moon is in Gemini in the nakshatra called Ardra. Whenever the moon goes into Ardra, you can rest assured that there will be a lot of things going on that concern storms and emotions and sometimes sadness, because Ardra deals with the teardrop. Be aware that there's something about people and sadness that is permeating everywhere around the world, and things are a little bit out of control with this nakshatra. And likewise, still Mars is in the 2nd house from the moon. Watch what you say, as well as watch what you spend. Okay. Now we're looking at December 17th. And on December 17th, the moon is early part of the day till around 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. The moon is still in Gemini, but it shifts soon after 7 a.m. And that means that the moon will be going into Cancer. So today, December 17th, we have the moon and Mars together in the sign of Cancer. Very emotional day of emotional uprising, day of emotional extremes. Be aware of this, because throughout this day, the moon is going to move up and oppose Pluto. Very emotional, gut-wrenching day of feelings, being highly on alert. Be aware you could be verbally attacked by others, and it'll come right out of the blue with Moon Mars. So lay low, be careful, and Mars opposing Pluto is tough. So Jupiter is in the 11th house, which could bring, friends could be calling you. Friends could be coming out of the blue somehow, that friends are calling you out of the blue. But be careful about their intentions with the moon, Mars, and Pluto. Yes, this is not an easy day. Now I'm looking at December 18th, and on the 18th, the sun is actually exactly squaring Neptune. And when we get these squares and it involves Neptune, be aware that there might be some deception going on. And globally in the world, this will deal with deception with world leaders. Things are not being told that are truthful. And that might be, maybe you need to change your news stations if that's what you're feeling, that this is like unjust and unworthy of what they're saying. But the moon will cross over Mars today, so it's still a day of disruption, deceit, and problems. And the moon will oppose Venus today, or it's coming up here. Yeah, today it is. By the evening, the moon will oppose Venus. And that represents love and romance. Now, because the moon is with Mars, be careful. People are going to be touchy, sensitive. But with it being opposed Venus, so you got that Mars-Venus opposition with the moon. There can be passion with love, but just be careful because Mars is really intense being retrograde right now. And at least we do have Mercury moving forward. And don't forget, while Mercury is in Scorpio, it's reflecting back to Mars. So everything and everyone is on alert and on edge emotionally today. So now I'm looking at December 19th. We're getting close to the holidays if you are in a place that celebrates Christmas. This is like things get excited, you know, the world is in excitement and celebration and families. So be careful because the moon is still, for the most part, but it's going to shift midday in Cancer. But let me see. So midday, yeah, after around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on December 20th, the moon shifts into, well, it's in Leo today. So earlier than this, I think after midnight or so, or maybe right before, but on December 20th, the moon will be in Leo the entire day. And for the first part of the day, it's going to be in the nakshatra Magha, which Magha deals with heritage and family and the past. So you're going to find that you will have lots of memories, old memories, pictures will come up, people from your past, and your heritage that you are particularly proud of will come about. That's what I see on this day. So, but not only that, the moon is in opposition to Saturn. So it's not the greatest day for relationships, but you might find that it's a good day to get things worked out with people, especially your partner, and plan things ahead because Saturn is stability, but it's not a lot of fun. Jupiter is in the 10th house from the moon. It is a good day to approach your boss for anything that you may want, a raise or promotion or a change. They'll be more open to your requests at this time. And if you're looking for a job, it's a great day to go out and try to find a job. Mercury's direct, Jupiter's in the 10th house from the moon. It's fantastic. But probably even the next day is even better. So let us move to December 21st. So December 21st, the moon is in Leo all day. And then it moves into Purva Falguni. That nakshatra is a nakshatra of wealth, relaxation, but it's highly creative and it deals with self-expression. So this is the day you're going to want to express yourself more, be more creative, and well, Saturn is opposing the moon, so it's a day of being creative but serious. And you will probably get more work done. But as I said, yesterday and today, Jupiter is in the 10th house. And the 10th house deals with work, career, and success. So Jupiter being there, you will get a lot done. And you might get a raise or some kind of opportunity. It's the time to ask if you're wondering. Now, Mercury's in the 4th house from the moon, so there could be some changes coming about in the home that are very positive. But be aware that Mars is in the 12th house from the moon while it's in Leo. And this can deal with some people that are very jealous and backstabbing. So be aware that people can talk behind your back while Mars is in the 12th house from the moon. So today I'm talking about December 22nd. And the moon will be in Virgo almost all day. It shifts very early in the morning, but throughout the day, the moon is in Virgo. So it's a good day that you're going to be thinking about health and healing and organization with the moon in Virgo. But it is aligning with K2. And I find whenever the moon comes together with K2, the stock market usually goes down. And we're getting really close to Christmas time, but there's some kind of drop, and that's unusual at this time. But I see difficulty in the stock market, and this day the moon will be opposing Neptune. Neptune can deal with deceit, denial, and corruption. Be aware, there's a lot coming out, and things that have been repressed and things that have been not truthful. Because whenever I see Neptune moon, but not only that, the moon with K2 tied up with the nodes, in other words, this is a troubling day to a certain extent. So it's a day really for you to be creative, for you to relax, go to the movies, don't do anything productive. And if you're in the United States, it's a Sunday, so it could be a different day depending on if you're in Australia. It would be Monday. But still, this is a day to not plan anything serious on December 22nd. And the moon sits in the nakshatra Uttara Falguni, which is actually, it's actually a nakshatra that can deal with friendship, coming together with people, thank goodness, but come together with your spiritual friends, people that understand you, and people with like-mindedness, and you will have a great day discussing truth and spirituality. So with that, I think I'll close. Remember, if you would like more information on me, you can go to my website. Go to galacticcenter.org. Sign up for my free newsletter and become part of my Patreon. Thank you.